Hello everyone. So see, in the previous videos I have discussed with you about the concept of the programming. Okay, how your code flow executes, what is the flow of your code. Okay, now see, and I have discussed all those with you by taking some examples. Okay, now see, I have taken one more example here with you today, and this is a question from your GATE 2020. Okay, now the same thing which I have told you, that how you have to start your program. Okay, then from the main function or from the function, and then how your functions will be called recursive. All those steps we have to implement here also in the program. Okay, so see, today I will discuss you with this question. Okay, so that you can have a knowledge also, that how at what depth your questions are coming. Okay, and that is not very difficult. Okay, same steps you have to follow, and then you will finally get your output. Okay, now see here, they have given this code and they have asked you the return value of fun to 5. Okay, now see here, two functions are given in this code. One is your fun1 function, and okay, this is starting from here ending here, and one is your fun2 function is starting from here and ending here. Okay, so two functions they have given, and they have asked you the return value when you are passing the value n equals to 5 to your fun2 function. Okay, now what will be the output at last? Okay, now see. Okay, so first of all we have to call your fun2 function. Okay, because the program is starting from this fun2 function. Okay, they are telling you to return the value when fun2 5 is called. Okay, now see here. Okay, so our program execution will start from your fun2 function when the value of n equals to 5 is passed to it. Okay, fine. Okay, now see what I have told you. The Where is your fun2 function now? This is your function, and this function will get executed when all the statements of this function will be executed. Okay, then at last this function will also get executed. Okay, so I always tell you that we have to first of all mark the steps, how many statements are there in your function. Okay, so that you will execute, when you will execute all the statement, then this function will be completed. So it is having 1 2 3 4 5 statement. Okay, now see, first statement is your static int I equals to 0. Okay, now see, it is declaring a it is initializing a variable I with the value 0, and this is your static type. And this I have already taken example also and told you also what is different in your static variable. If any variable is static, then the memory will be created for it at your compile time only. Okay, every time when the function will be run, then a memory will not be created for it at every time. It will be created at once only, at one time only, at your compile time. Okay, so that we have to remember here again also. Now first statement of this is you have to allocate a memory for this. Okay, and this will be allocated at your compile time only. Okay, at runtime this is not allocating at, because the static. So at compile time only this I was allocated the memory, and sorry, and it is initialized with the value 0. Okay, and this was done at the compile time only. Okay, so this is done at some memory location. Now when your first step will be there, so this step will not be executed, because whenever it will see static, it will say that it will not create memory for it now at runtime, because at compile time it is already created. Now the second statement is if n greater than 0. Now n is your 5 here. Okay, and you have passed 5, so 5 is greater than 0, condition is true. Now it will come to a third statement, that is I is equals to, the third statement is your I equals to I plus, now fun1 the value of n. So n value is 5 only, so 5 is okay. Now see, in the third statement it is calling the fun1 function. Okay, now in the third statement we have to call your fun1 function. So we will go here and call your fun1 function now with the value of n equals to 5. Okay, so it will go to the fun1 function here and n value equals to 5 here. Now see, again for this, the all the statements will be executed. So now for this also, first is your static int I equals to 0. So for is this also, because it also has the I as the static variable, so for this function also, this I value, sorry, this I, for this I memory will be allocated at the compile time only. So only once the memory will be created for it, every time when this function will be called, memory will not be allocated it for it. Okay, so first statement for this also will not get executed because static it will see that memory is already allocated at the compile time. Fine. Now second statement is if n greater than 0. N is your 5 here. 5 is greater than 0. Yes. Plus plus I means I you have to increment by 1. So I will become your 1. Okay. And then again fourth statement is your fun1. Again you have to call this. So third, fourth, at the fourth statement again you have to call this fun1 function. Okay. Again you have to call this fun1 function with the value n minus 1 means with the value 4. Okay. So fourth statement is your this. So again we will call this function fun1 4. Okay. And again all the steps for this will be again be executed. So first step is your this not be executed, n is equals to 4 now here. So 4 is greater than 0, condition is true, then plus plus I. So I value will be increment from 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2, and then again you have to call your fun1 n minus 1. So at the fourth statement it will again call the fun1 function with n minus 1. So with the value fun1 3. Okay, now again we have to call this fun1 function with the value 3. Okay, now again all the statement for this will be executed. So first is your static int I equals to 0, it will not executed. Now n greater than 0, 3 is greater than 0, yes, condition is true. Now plus plus I means I value have to increment from 2 to 3. Okay, and fun1 n minus 1, then again at the fourth statement it will call the function fun1 n minus 1. So n value is your 2 here. Okay, now again we will call this function. Okay, again we have to call this function fun1 2. Fine. Now again all the statements for it will be executed. So fun1 2 here it will skip. Now n, what is your n value now? N value is your 2. 2 is greater than 0, condition is true. You will increment plus plus I. Again you will increment this I with 1. So I will become your 4. Fine. Now again the fourth statement fun1 n minus 1. So fourth statement for it will be executed fun1 n minus 1. So n minus 1 is your 2 minus 1 1. So again now this fun1 function for it will be called. Okay. Now again for fun1 function also all the statement will be executed. Now see 1 is great. First will be skip, 1 is greater than 0, 2 plus plus I will be incremented with 1, this is will be 5. And now fun1 n minus 1, again the fourth statement for it is fun1 n minus 1 is your 0. Now for again fun1 when n equals to 0, this is called, this will be skipped, 0 is greater than 0. Now condition is false, means the second statement the condition has become false. So in the if statement it will not go, it will directly come to the fifth statement. And fifth statement is your return I. Now see I value is your 5. Okay, this will be 5. Now see in the 5 statement return I means return 5. So 5 value will be written and it will be written back to the point from where it is called. Okay, now see it was called from the fun1 function. It was called from the fun1 function at the fourth statement. At the fourth statement we were calling. Okay, now when this is written back means this function is completed. This function is completed, then only it will return back. Now when it will be written back means fourth is executed. Now the fifth statement we have to execute. Okay, so it has returned to this point, but it has one more statement, this fifth return I. So we have to execute now. After returning back we have to execute the return I statement of this also. So return I for this will be called. Now I value for this is also 5. So return I means return 5. So it will again move back to the point from where it is called. Now for this function also fifth statement will be executed. So this is also return I. So it means return I means I is equals to 5. Then for this it will return back here. This is also return I, fifth statement. Now this is will return back to here. So fourth statement was executed, fifth is return I. So now return 5 will be called and it will be move here because it has called from this fun1 4 has called from this point. Now it will come to the fifth statement of this fun1 5 function, and here also return I is there and I value is your 5. So return 5 means this value will return 5 and now it will return here because we have called this function from this point only. Now it is completed and we have written back. So we have come back with the value fun1 5 equals to 5. Now this I value will become I equals to 0 plus 5. So I has become your 5 now. So this value will update and we will put 5 here. Fine. Up to here it is clear. Okay. Now see. Now we are in the fun2 function because we were here and fun1 5 we have called. So we have gone to fun1 5 and executed all the statement and again written back here. Now I value is changed from this 5. Now the fourth statement of this we will execute. Okay, so fourth statement is your fun to n minus 1. So means fun to, what is your n minus 1? N was 5 here. Okay, for this statement, for this function, because this is this function only fun to 5. So for this n was 5, so n minus 1 will be 4. Okay, now see, for this statement, fourth is executed. Now in the fourth only it has called fun to 4. Now we will first execute this statement. When it will be completed, then only it will return back here. Okay, now see, fun to 4 we have to call. Okay, now see here, again the same process we have to follow for this also. Okay, now see, this is your fun to 4. Okay, now this is your fun to 4. Okay, now this was your fun to 5. So this we have executed, and the fourth statement again for this is fun to 4. So again we have to execute the this fun to 4 function. Okay, now see, the first statement for this will be fun to 4. For this statement is your, now where is your this is your, so first statement is static int I equals to 0. Again, because this is static, so this will be not be, this statement will be skipped. Okay, because it will say that it is static and I has already created memory at the compile time, so I will be this only, it will be 5 only. This 0 value will be not changed because the statement will be not executed. I is static, so it will be remain the same, that value for the entire fun2 function. As many times as it is called, the value will be that only, and whatever the changes will be there, that will be in this only. Okay, no memory, no new I will be created for it. Okay, so first statement will be skipped. Now second is your, if, sorry, if n greater than 0. So 4 is your greater than 0, fine. Now again it will move the statement, and the third statement is again your I equals to I plus, I equals to I plus fun1 of 4. Now see here, you have called from fun1 5, so you have executed this. Now it has called your fun1 4. Okay, so now fun1 4 we will call again. Now see here. Okay, now this is your fun1 4. Okay, now this is your fun1 4. Now we will go to the function fun1 4. Okay, now this is your fun1 4. Now again, so now what are the steps in your fun1 4? Again see, first step is your static int, that will be not executed. This fun1, see, this fun1 5, the I equals to 5 was there, that only will be the I value, it will not change again when we are calling to 0. Okay, because that is static variable. The for entire fun1 function, whenever your whatever the changes will be there, that will be done to your this I only, and only one time the memory is created. So for the complete fun1 function, I value will be this only. Okay, it will not be created again and again. So when it is called again fun1 function, again this will be skipped. So if n greater than 0, now n is your 4, 4 is greater than 0, condition true, you will move here. Now this is your third state, plus plus I. Now this I you will increment there only. Okay, because you have here only one I. Okay, that will be for complete function. Okay, now this third statement is executed. Now fourth is your fun1 n minus 1. Okay, so first two third you have executed. Fourth is your again fun1 of n minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is your 3. Fun1 3 you have called. Fine. Now again you will call this fun1 3. Okay, this will be your fun1 3 you are calling from, because of this fourth statement. Now again for this fourth statement will be there. So fun1 3, this statement will be skipped. Now n is your 3, so 3 is your greater than 0. Yes, now plus plus I. Now this 6 you will increment by 1. Okay, this is your I for fun1 function, and this is your I for your fun2 function. Okay, now again when this is now fourth statement, fun1 n minus 1. So fourth statement is your fun1 n minus 1. So n is your 3, 3 minus 1 is your 2. Okay, this is your 3, and 3 minus 1 is your 2. Again you have to call this fun1 2 function. Now again for this fourth statement will be executed. Okay, now all the statement will this will be if 2 greater than 0, condition true, plus plus I means I you have to increment from one more value 7 to 8, and then now fourth statement is again your fun1 n minus 1. So n minus 1 is your 2 minus 1 1. Fine. Now again for this one fun1 1, all the statement will be executed 1 2 3 4. So now see here, first 1 is greater than 0, plus plus I. Again you have to increment this I with 1, and now you have to call fun1 n minus 1. Okay, so in the fourth statement you will call fun1 n minus 1 means 1 minus 1 is your 0. Now again for this fun1 0, all the four statement will be executed. Okay, so 1 2 3 4. Now in the first statement this will not be done. Now if Now n is your 0 here. See, now 0 greater than 0 means condition is false here, means now you will not move inside this if loop, and directly your fifth statement will be executed, that is your return I. Okay, now fifth statement for this will be executed, this will be skipped, and fifth statement. Now return I. Now see what is your I value here. I value will be 9 here, okay, because all the fun function the value is same, so you have will return 9 here. Now 9 where you will return I. Now this you will return from the point where this your 0 is called. So see, 0 was called from your fourth statement. 0 was called from your fourth statement of fun11. Okay, because fun11, then at the fourth statement you are executed fun1, 1 minus 1 0. So you will return back to the fourth statement of this fun1 function. Okay, fun1 0 will return back to the fun1 of your fourth statement. Okay, because it was called from here only. Now for this fun1 function, the fourth statement are executed because this has returned back. Now it will also move to its fifth statement. Now fifth statement is again return I. So return I is for this is also 9. Again this will move here to the fifth statement, return I, that will return 9. Again this will move here to the fifth statement, that is return I, it will return 9. Again this will move back to the fifth statement, that is return I, and return I value is 9. Okay, return I. Now see, fun14 function was called from here, so it will return the value 9 here. Okay, so the value is 9 written here. Now I value was your 5 here. So I is equals to, I means 5 plus 9 equals to your 14. Okay, now 9 plus 5 14. Now the fourth statement. Now see, this was your fun2 function. You have written back to the fun2 function after completing this fun1 function. Okay, this complete you have done, and you have written back again to the third statement, because the third statement or it was called. Now fourth statement is your, now for what is your fourth statement? Fun2 n minus 1. So n value here was your 4, fun2 4 you have called. Now n will become your 3, fun2 3. Now see here. Okay, now again for fun2 3 you will execute all the statement. So first is your static int I equals to 0, this will be skipped. Now second is your 3 greater than 0, yes, condition is true, you will move to this function. And the third is your I is equals to I plus fun1 of n. Okay, n is your 3 here because you are calling fun2 3. Okay, now see, now again you have to repeat this step. Fun1 4 what you have done, fun1 5 what you have done. Okay, fun1 4 what you have done, fun. Now again you have to do for fun1 3. So in this way, see, you can do that also, but that will be a little bit lengthy process. So you can find certain pattern here. Okay, so see what pattern we can see here. When we have passed this, see, now when in fun2 5, fun1 5 was called, and we have calculated this one. So when we have passed n equals to 5 here, what we have got at the return value, we have got n equals to 5 here. Okay, see, return value was 5 and 0 plus 5 was 5. Okay, now again in the fun2 4 function, when we have called this fun2 4 function, and we have passed the fun1 n equals to 4 value in our fun1 function, what value we have got written back? 9. So see, what we are getting written back is whatever we are passing n equals to whatever, that is adding with I value, and that is getting written back. See, first of all your I value was 0. First of all your I value was 0. We have passed fun1 5, means we have passed the 5 value. See, we got written back the 5 value here. Okay, in the next function our I was 5 only. Okay, and in the fun1 n equals to 4, what we have passed? 4 here. So we have passed the 5 plus 4 here. So we got written back 9. Okay, we got written back 9. So what it is doing is, what this fun1 function is doing, means we can generalize that what is fun1 function is doing. Whatever value we are passing in the fun1 as the n value, that is getting added to the I value which is already there, and that is getting written back. Okay, first of all I was 0, we passed 5, n equals to 5, so it returned back 5. Okay, then we passed 4 value, so 5 was there, so 4 it added, and we got written back as our 9. Now see what it will do when we will pass fun1 3. Now what it will do, this n equals to 3 value it will add with your 9, and means I value which is already there, it will add that value with the I value and return that value back. So 9 plus 3 is your 12. So what it will do, it will return back your 12 here. Fine. And see here the I value. Okay, now see that you have to update here in the fun2 4, the I value has finally become your 14. It has become your 14. Now I is 14. Now I is equals to 14 plus 12. Okay, I is equals to 14 plus 12. So 14 plus 12 is a 26. Now I value has become your 26 in the fun2 function. Okay, in the fun2 function it has become 26. Now see, you have run for fun2 3, and for fun2 3, see here, this statement is executed. I value have got. Now fourth statement it will again execute, and a fourth statement is your again fun2. Now 3 minus 1 is your 2. So first you have done for 5, then 4, then 3, then you have done n minus 1, 2. Now see again for this function, all the statement will be executed. Okay, all the statement will be executed. The first is your this, second is your 2 is greater than 0. Yes, 2 is greater than 0. So again I equals to I plus fun1. Again this fun1 function will be called, and n value is your 2 here. Now see I value in the fun2 is your 26 here, 26 plus. Now when this in the fun1 function we are passing 2, what we will got written back, this n equals to 2 here. So in the existing I value it will add 2, and 12 plus 2 is your 14, so it will return back 14 here. Okay, so it is returning back 14 here. Now the summation of this is your 10 and 40. Now I has become your, so this was the third statement of this first, so I has become your 40. Now I has become your 40. Okay, so this was the third statement. Now fourth statement again for this fun2 we are calculating. So this is will be called your fun2 of n minus 1. So n minus 1 means 2, 2 minus 1 is your 1. Okay, now again see for this fun2 1, these whole statement will be executed. So 1 is greater than 0, it will be true. Now again I equals to I plus fun1 of 1. Okay, fun1 of 1 will be passed. Now again what will happen, this 1 value will be added to this I value and will be returned back. So 14 plus 1 is your 15. So this value will be your 15 plus already existing I is your 40. So 40 plus 15 is your 55. Fine. 55. Then see. Now for this fun2 1 function, this is executed. Now it will move to fourth statement, that is fun2 n minus 1. So that I will write here. After this, fourth statement will be fun2 of n minus 1. So now n value is your, we have called for fun2 1, n value is your 1, so 1 minus 1 is your 0. Now this fun2 function will be called for 0 value. So this is 0. Now 0 is greater than 0, condition is false now. So this if part will be skipped and it will directly move to the fifth statement, that is your return I. Now see, this is fun2 function, and fun2 function I value is your, see here 55 we have calculated here, so this will be updated to 55 in the fun2 1. When we were calling fun2 1, then only I was updated to 55. Now see, the fifth statement of fun2 0 is return I. Now I value for the complete fun2 function is your 55 only, so it will return the value 55. And where it will return, see here, from where it is called. Now see, this fun2 0 function was called your fun2 1 function. Okay, so it will return back to the fun2 1 function, and the fifth statement of now fun2 1 function will be called, that is again return I. So it will again move back to the point from where it is called. So it was called from fun. So again the fifth statement for this will be executed, that is again return I. It will again move back here, that is again return I. Then it will from where this is called. Okay, so this is return I, then again it will move back here from where it is called. This is again return I, and finally return I value will be your 55. Okay, so the final value which you have returned back is your 55. Okay, so the fifth statement also it has to execute after completing the fourth. Okay, because the other function is we are calling from that point only, like from fun2 3 we are calling the fun2 2, from fun2 2 we are calling the fun2 1. So again it will get written back finally to the fun2 5 function. This fun2 4 will return back and will return the I function here. So I is value is 55. Okay, so in this way the answer for this will be 55. Okay, so this was asked as a numerical integer type question, and you have to you have to enter the value of the answer which you are getting after the executing this fun2 5. Okay, so this was a little bit lengthy question, but if we will give time, then we will definitely find our answer. Okay, so see, every question if it is a lengthy, then it will have some pattern. So that pattern we have to observe that what we can find, and then after that, see, when we have find the pattern and we got that what our fun1 function is doing, that is simply adding the value which we are passing as n to it with the existing I value, and that only it is returning back. Then then this problem has become more easy, because every time now we have to add that value and we got our answer. Okay, so okay, so hope you understood it. Okay.